everybody. Welcome to Poppy's Garage, another fine adventure. Today I want to be reviewing this really nifty tool that I got at Costco. It's made by a company out in Florida called Boskus LLC in Boca Raton. They make this for Caterpillar, sold at Costco for $99.99. What it is a battery jump starter, as you can see here, and we'll get into that later. It's also an air compressor, an LED light, USB chargers, and a 120 power inverter built right into it. So what we're going to do is take a look at this machine. It works very well. I've had it for about 9 months. When I needed it, I did have another unit that I purchased at Costco. It was a little less money, $79, but I went through 3 of them. And I thought, that's enough. And then when I went back again, found out that Costco no longer sells them, and I could see why, because they didn't last. They just kept breaking. Basically, it was the air compressor portion of it. And usually that's the first thing that goes out on a unit like these. This one's been pretty reliable for me. I've used this tire inflator on cars, pickup trucks, probably about 50 times with no problems whatsoever. What's kind of interesting about the tire pressure, one, the hose stores in the back of the unit, right back here. And it has a sure fit valve for the Schrader valve on your tire. So you simply screw it on. It's a much more positive direct fit. You don't have to tighten it too much. There's a rubber O-ring inside of it to seal the Schrader valve so you don't lose any air pressure. And what's nice about the feature on this one is you can set this, and I'll get you some close-ups pretty soon here. You set your tire pressure, you turn your air pump on, and you can set your tire pressure to whatever you need it to. So basically, let's say a regular vehicle, a car, has got 35 PSI, pounds per square inch of air in the tire. So you just set this at 35 PSI. And we're gonna do that in a demonstration in a little bit. And what happens when you do that, this thing will pump up the tire. Just before it gets down to about a half a pound of pressure, the compressor will start slowing down, and it will shut off automatically when it reaches the accurate pressure. And it is very accurate because I've checked it with the analog tire gauge too. So let's say power failure or something like that. So you just plug in your device here, hit your switch for power inverter, and all of a sudden you got electricity. And you can power quite a bit of things with this. You can a light for a power failure in the house or something if you need lights. I wouldn't do a refrigerator or something like that because it's just not going to be strong enough for it, and you'll probably burn the damn thing out. Now, the jump start unit, unfortunately, I don't have a dead battery in my car because I take good care of my car. But I've used this jump start unit probably 20 times and that I've had it. Not for myself, no, because Poppy always does stuff for everybody else. There's pros and cons. Now, I wouldn't want to go around blowing up semi-truck tires because that's a lot more CFM. And that's another story. This is something, small usage. Cars, bicycles, you can inflate footballs, basketballs, stuff like that. Of course, they're only like 4 PSI, and this thing will pump it up like this, and you don't want to blow it up. But if you set it at 4 PSI, guess what? It's going to pump it up to 4 PSI, and it's going to shut off, so you won't blow up your thing. So normally what people are doing, and I wish anyone gets this unit, you need to read the instructions. Now, as I've said in my other videos, I was a mechanic, I've been a mechanic for over 43 years. I'm retired, but still, it's in my blood, never leaves. So it comes with the positive, the red one, negative, the black one, jump start units. And I've seen a lot of people make a terrible mistake when they hook up a battery to jump start a battery. They take their positive cable and clamp it on the battery. And then they take the negative cable and clamp it onto the negative side of the battery. No, don't do that. It is wrong, 100% wrong. You need to take your positive cable, clamp it onto the positive side of the battery, the plus side. It's marked. Normally it's red. Sometimes it isn't. But on top of the battery, it's marked positive. The black one goes to negative, a piece of metal on your car, engine block, a good solid bolt, something away from a belt or a moving part of your engine. That's the ground. Do it the right way. Read the instruction manual that comes with it. Oh, and this is my paperweight, the old famous paperweight. I love it. Best thing in the world. The book that this comes with, it's not long. It just explains all the features on it, how everything works, all the fail-safes. It's got a fail-safe. If you screw up if you overheat it for the 110 power inverter, it'll shut the machine down. If you hook up your jump start unit the wrong way, it'll shut the machine down. So it's got overloads in it. Great feature. You gotta have safety when you're working with something like this. It's a must. And we're gonna air up Poppy's tire on his car because I noticed that my information panel said that I'm running a little low on one tire. So we're gonna take this right over there and we're gonna take care of it and get it blown up, and I'll show you how it works. Now, as you can see, I'm just screwing this on, not tight at all, just enough to snug it up. All right, I come over here, I'm gonna hit the air pressure. The LED lights come on, the backlight comes on, and it's telling me that I've got 29 pounds of pressure in there. 28, I'm sorry. All right, for some reason this is set at 39. I think I gave my neighbor some extra. So I keep 35 pounds of air in my tires constantly. Give it a shot here, all right? And I'm gonna go back a little bit so you know I'm not gonna blow up my tire, and you're gonna see what's happening. As I said, as it's blowing up air, and you'll see it, when I get to about 34.5 pounds of air in my tire, the air compressor is gonna slow down to about half speed to finish off topping off the pounds of air going in there. Yeah, that puppy was low, 28. You run a tire low on 28 pounds of pressure, you're gonna get terrible gas mileage. You're gonna wear the outside edge of your tire, not the inside. Heat it up, get a blowout. It's not the best thing in the world for it. As you can see, we're done airing up the tire. It did shut off. And I've got an analog tire pressure gauge right here. As you can see, it's at 35 PSI, right where I set the jump start unit. And it's worked fine, did a great job. Now I'm gonna put this valve core back on. It's a great unit, well worth every penny of it. I'd get another one if I had to, and I hope I don't have to. But if I do, guess what? Costco's gonna get it back, because that's the Costco way. And Poppy will just get himself an extra one. Okay, that's all then. And I feel a lot safer about driving around out on the roads with the right amount of air pressure in my tires, just like everyone else should. Anyone who drives a car. Tire pressure is very important. Having one of these makes it easy. Better than using a bicycle pump. Now, with that said, I'd give this a good 4.5 star rating. It's a great machine. It's reasonably priced. It's worked great for me for the past 9 months. I wouldn't be without it. Just like I wouldn't be without a lot of other things that I've got too, and we'll get into that later, such as paperweights. Gotta love them. Poppy worked hard today. He deserves a nice cold one. It's like 90 degrees out. Humidity's probably close to that too. And we're not even in Boca Raton, Florida. What the hell? Anyways, until next time, everybody, you have yourself a safe week. Be good, stay healthy, stay away from groups. Don't want to do that stuff. And I don't want to get it either, because I have underlying conditions and I could get kicked off. So, from that said, later.